there. Happy Friday to you all. It's been a very, very fast but slow week. I don't know if that's possible to say, but it's been like that for me. So, like always, we're going to come to you again with another episode of the Freestyle Friday. And today I thought, why not I bring some of my extra friends from our office? So, we have the Insight team and we have Hype 2.0 coming to you live with more information, more resources, and more ways to break the myths. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about family dynamics. You've been stuck with your family or can't get to your family for a while now, so we thought, why don't we come with a little bit more information about that? Also, communication. When you get out of quarantine, you got to know how to communicate. It's just what has to happen, all right? Some active listening skills and two activities that you can do with your family or with your friends as well. So, we're going to get started and go to Mr. William talking about family roles.
Good day, everybody. Like she said, my name is William, and today we will be discussing families. Now, a family is made when two people decide to have a child and take care of that child. So, a traditional family usually consists of two parents and a child. So, if you look on this chart, we have parents. You could be raised by both parents. You could be raised by your mother. You could be raised by your father. Maybe you could be raised by your grandparent. Or nowadays, you can probably be in the same sex marriage and be a child of same-sex marriage. Now, for children, there could be either one child, there could be twins, triplets, there could be two children. But usually, when there's three or more children, people forget count and they forget. And also, living with families, there could also be extended family members who will live with the family, such as grandparents, aunts, uncles, anybody from the extended family. So a traditional family has both parents and some children. Unconventional family might have the same-sex marriage, and then you have right here, we have the modern family. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen the show, but we have Modern Family, which is a family of many families. Now, next slide, please. Some of these roles that children can play inside of the house. There can be a bad child, also known as a scapegoat. They call it the no good child. Or you could have the baby, the youngest child, usually the one that needs to be taken care of the most. You could have the pet, also trying to be the one who's always trying to get their parents' affection, get their attention. Or you could also have the peacemaker. This person is probably trying to diffuse all the arguments inside the house and make sure that everybody's having a good time. Now, there are many more roles for children, but we're going to move on to the roles of the parents now.
Thank you, Mr. William. As we talk about family, there's many different ways that we can claim family, like he says. There's the modern way and there's the old-fashioned way. But there's still just some ways that we have to communicate with everybody. So I'm going to bring to you Mr. Quist from Hype 2.0. He's going to talk about the communication types.
Thank you, Ms. Chanel. My name is Chris McCray. I'm a health educator for Change Happens Hype 2.0 program. And we deal with the BART curriculum, which is Becoming a Responsible Teen. And we have a session in there that talks about communication. It's not enough to know about the risks that are involved in risky situations. You got to know what to do and how to, problem solve and de-escalate certain situations. First, we talk about passive communication. We call it the mouse. Easygoing, you're docile. What you want to have happen usually doesn't happen. These people usually get taken advantage of. They say they use words like I don't know, I guess so. They don't have no eye contact, and you can tell some confidence might be lacking. Aggressive communicators are loud, they're pushing, they're demanding. They don't really care about the rights and feelings of other people, and somebody might feel like they need to get revenge of these people. Usually, when you communicate aggressively, that's what you get in return. So. We found out that assertive communication is probably where you need to communicate most. It's being honest and direct, telling it like it is. You're going over your values and your wants and things that you don't want to have happen, and you stick by them. And it's really just being yourself. And we know that being yourself is probably the best way to communicate. And also, like your body language, assertive communicators have more confidence. They're using eye contact, they have firm handshakes. Statistically, you're more likely to get a job because how you interview, and they said your spouse will be more attractive if you communicate assertively.
Thank you. So it's not the way how you speak, but it's also how you speak. So body language, like you said, is very important. We're going to move right along. Let's say we have been having some family arguments, some conflicts. We've been in a house together for a long time. So I'm going to talk to Mr. Terrence a little bit more about conflict resolution skills.
Good day, Ms. Tranell. Today we just want to discuss the family dynamics of active listening and conflict resolution skills. Communication is the key part and essential in any relationship. Making sure you receive the message is just as important as sending the message. Active listening is the process of focusing completely on the speaker, understanding the message, comprehending the information, and repeating back to the speaker what was said. Passive listening and selective listening can cause conflict within a relationship. Hearing what you want to hear, assuming what you heard can create conflicts in any relationship. Managing family conflicts. From time to time, every relationship experiences some tension, conflict, and family is no different, especially after being quarantined and locked up with each other 24/7. I'm sure everybody done had some kind of issues, some kind of conflict or tension. When trying to resolve family conflicts, remember, violence is never the answer. Never put your hand on another family member. Never choose sides when you're dealing with family. Take time to cool down, evaluate your situation. Be responsible, be respectful, be understanding, and be willing to negotiate. Understand, when everybody have a dog in a fight, everybody can win. Don't just try to be right, try to resolve a situation. Use active listening to ensure that everybody's point of view is understood. Once everybody feels that they are being listened to, people are more likely to, come to an agreement. Remember, everybody views life in their own perspective. Seek to recognize and understand the other person's perspective. Sometimes the same thing could appear different from opposite sides of the street. Before I leave, I just want to give you a quote for the day, just a thought. Don't burn down bridges you cross, because you never know when you need to cross those bridges again. And we need to understand family is an array of different bridges. And if we burn all our bridges with family, we'll be stuck on the island with no help and no communication. Thank you.
Thank you. Like my parents always say, family over everything. So thank you for that, Mr. Terrence. I'm going to now throw it over to Ms. Osemene, and she's going to be coming from our inside team, talking about the color wheel that kind of involves a little bit more of what we've been talking about, and also some different resources for you guys. Ms. Osemene?
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Tranell. So my name is Osemene, and I am with the Insight program. And for Insight, we are a sexual risk avoidance program, and we use a Love Notes healthy relationship curriculums to teach teenagers and young people how to form and maintain healthy relationships. So today we're going to be going into one of the activities we typically do that's very good, and it's on personality colors. Maybe some of you out there might have done it in the past, but this is a really great tool to get to know yourselves and also get to know other people. Sometimes we feel our ways are always the right way or the best style, but no style is the best. Every style has their unique strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so I know for those of you following me, you might not be able to maybe complete all the activity between now and when I end, but you can feel free to take a screenshot and maybe do it with your friends, your family, and the people around you, okay? So as you can see here, we have different colors, and each color represents a personality style. So to complete this, you're gonna start from the first row, okay? So we're gonna complete it right across, all right? So you're gonna fill in the numbers 1 through 6. 1 representing the least like you, and 6 representing the most like you, okay? So first of all, you wanna start with 6, okay, for what is like you. And for this person, they are a people person. They love variety. That's the most like them. And then you're gonna fill in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, okay? And obviously for this person, they're not productive and they're not as responsible, okay? And so the other numbers represent what is kind of like them, but not really. For example, the 3. This person considers himself honest and fair for the most part, but it's like, in between. And they are a peacemaker, even if it's not their highest number, but it's close to the highest. So you can kind of get the gist of how this flows. And you do the same thing for every row. So all the way down, okay, till you get to the very bottom row, that's row 7. And then you're gonna add up each color, all right? Add up each color to get your total. And whatever your highest number is, that's your personality, okay? So for this person, they are an orange color, and their second highest is the yellow, okay? they're not purple at all, okay? And so we're gonna go into what each of these colors mean, because it's one thing to take it, but it's another thing to actually know your color, right? So you can get to know yourself better. All right, so the red, all right, for my red, they take charge, determined, can have a temper, you know, can be a little demanding of other people, maybe direct, impatient, opinionated, you know, compared to my yellow. Okay, so for the yellow, they're more understanding, you know, more chill, kind of puts up decisions, likes being around people, gives into others, happy to do things. So the reason why this is important is because we've talked about communication, right? And the need for us to communicate, not just right now, but even for the future. Looking at a red and a yellow, it's almost like opposite personalities, right? So if you have a parent who is a red and they are maybe demanding a lot from a child who is a yellow, the child might see it as like, man, this person is a little too, you know, coming up too strong on me. And if you look at a yellow as a child, they might tend to put up decisions, right? So maybe this person might not want to clean your room, or this person might not want to get things done, as you've said, right, being a red. So just kind of understanding where each person is coming from and using your strengths more than your weaknesses. A strength for the red is that they take charge and get things done, right? So if a sibling is a red, they can do what they have to do and not get everybody in trouble, right? Because if mom is like, hey, you got to do this before I come back, that red sibling is going to take charge and get things done. For the yellow, right, a good side for this is that they can, you know, are kind and caring. So maybe when one sibling is down or not having a good day, the yellow can step in and make them feel better. So all the colors have their different strengths. It's just left for you to kind of look at which color represents you and how you can work on your strengths and improve your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Again, no color is the best. Every color have their good side and their bad side. Next one. All right, so another thing I wanted to go into is just what a trusted adult is, right? So in families, we have people living in a family, right? And in that family, you have trusted adults. Who is a trusted adult? It's pretty much anyone, any adult who is able to nurture, support, and connect with the youth. So examples would include a parent, grandparents, teachers, coach, mentors, health educators, and all of us on this line pretty much are trusted adult. Okay, so if you're out there and you are a parent of a child, you can be a child's trusted adult, and your role is so valuable and so essential in their lives. Next one. All right, so we have this other activity called the commitment card activity, and this is just a way to get our parents and our adults more involved in their kids' lives. And you can get like a flashcard, okay, and just write down these questions. Put your name on the card, and also put a place where you sign. And this is pretty much you committing to being your child's or your child's or your youth's trusted adult. Okay, so every week you ask them these questions. You know, tell me about your day. What can we do to make this school year a success for you? What makes you feel loved? What are some goals you have for the week? Again, these are like prompts to help you communicate and just get the conversation going, you know, because from asking what makes you feel loved, you get to know about who this person truly is, you know, what they want from you as a parent or even as a teacher, and also what you can do to help them feel like they matter and they're valued. Okay, again, this is not like a hard or fast rule where you have to do it every day. It's just something you can incorporate weekly, and you know, give yourself grace. Sometimes it might not come easy, especially if the relationship with the child is already not at the best. But hopefully with these questions, it can help you be more in their lives and also have them in your life as well. One more thing to say before I leave, it's trusted adult is not only benefits the adult, but it also benefits the youth, okay? So from the youth perspective, they have a go-to person. Everybody needs that. You need somebody you can talk to, share your problems with, and just make them understand your perspective, right? And for the adults, you need to be a role model in someone's life, and this is the perfect chance for you to be that person in the youth's life. And so it's a win-win for everybody, okay? So go ahead and practice your trusted adult piece, the commitment card, and also the personality to know yourselves more. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. O. Quick question for you. Do you know your color on the wheel?
Yes. I would have said for you all to guess, but obviously you've never met me, but typically my students would typically guess my color. I am a yellow.
You're
Okay.
yellow.
So,
I
yeah.
like to think I'm a green, but I had some tendencies of the red. I'm gonna have to pray about that one real quick. Okay. But thank you guys so much. As always, we're gonna share some resources with you guys. We're gonna give you guys the child abuse hotline, just in case anything is going on, the 24-hour National Domestic Violence Hotline, as well as another nonprofit, the Family Houston. They have some counseling and free services as well. I also want to share our social media handles again. You already know us, the RY team, but if not, go ahead and follow our sister partners, the Hype 2.0 Insight, as well as our YouTube page. We're going to be giving more content, more information, and more resources as always. If you have not heard about our other departments, go ahead and go to our website, changehappenstx.org. We have over 10 programs, and everything is free and everything is amazing. So I want you guys to go ahead and get there. To everybody else, Mr. Frazier, Mr. Chris, Mr. William, Ms. Osimene, thank you guys so much for coming and helping us with our Freestyle Friday. And that's it for today. Happy Friday and have a good weekend, everybody.